Well, hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Great news, my friends. It's time once again, at least for me, to inhale that new star smell as we journey through Star Trek: The Next Generation Season 1, Episode 11, Haven. Nothing to it but to do it, friends. If you could do me a quick favor though and hit that like button, smash that subscribe, ring that bell for notifications. It greatly helps out a small channel and it allows me to alert you next time it's time for The Next Generation or any of our sci-fi fare. And of course, if there's anything that we do that you would like early or in its full-length format, the link to our Patreon is in the description. And if you're not a fan of Patreon, consider YouTube memberships. You'll get all of our episodes at least a day early. But my dear friends, all that is then and this is now. And what is now? Now it's time for Haven, the 11th episode of the very first season of the one and only Star Trek: The Next Generation. Prepare to engage maximum warp reaction. And away we go.
Our destination, the Class M Beta Cassius planet known simply as Haven.
Oh, wow. Planet name.
We will rest and relax. All too briefly, I fear.
Shore leave. Oh, nice. I'm not going to take as many notes.
Such a beautiful world. Legends say it has been known to mend souls and heal broken hearts.
Ha, nice.
Legends like that are the spice of the universe, Mr. Data, because they have a way of sometimes coming true.
They're lies. I always love getting to a new world. I think it's awesome. Just like be parked in orbit and see what it looks like.
Lieutenant Yar to Commander Riker. Your presence
Will, what
is
are you up to,
requested
bud?
in Transporter Room 1.
Sorry, ladies. Duty calls.
Interesting.
There's an object of some kind beaming in from Haven.
What is it?
We're not sure.
The surface station approval coming in now, Lieutenant.
I know that guy from A Million Things. A chest with a face on it?
Odd looking.
What's going on?
I hold a message for Deanna Troi. The momentous day is close at hand. Rejoice!
No.
What's going on?
Oh,
Look at these jewels.
Their bonding gift, what you would call wedding presents.
Who's getting married?
she is.
I am.
Yeah, that's why she's upset. Interesting start. Yeah, I was saying, one of my favorite things, Jean-Luc's telling us about the Final Frontier. One of my favorite things is to see these new planets whenever we like glide up onto them into orbit. It's always the coolest, man. Especially in the original series when we would have like these like very vibrant, single, almost colored worlds. Like you'd have like an all red world or an all green world. And especially, and now again, I had a couple buddies that sent me, here's what it looked like in the original series, original series versus the remaster. To be very fair, I liked some of the original series planet renderings better. I don't know if it's not necessarily the more alien that I like. It's just, I don't know, the more thought-provoking. Does that make any type of sense? The Orville does this really well, too. Really cool planets on the Orville. I guess the easiest way to say it is the more time it looks like somebody had taken to create a planet, the more interested I am to see it. Does that make sense? Man, the saucer is so big on the NCC 1701D.
I was certain it would never happen, Captain. The years I'd spent on this
Ah.
mission, the distance it has taken me away from home, as you must have heard.
I know Nurse Chapel is in TNG.
Will you and your husband be staying with the ship, Counselor?
No, sir.
Then,
I don't know how this plays out.
congratulations for now, Deanna. You'll excuse me.
Losing Troy, even for a brief period of time, because I know that she's on the cast, is a huge blow.
You want to be a starship captain, true?
That's not all I want, Deanna.
I can feel that.
I'm sorry.
Come dance at my wedding.
I'll try.
Oh, well, that got me a little bit. I'll try. Oh, what an admission. Great line. It tells us a ton about Will.
They wish to beam the Miller wedding party aboard.
I'm Jean-Luc Picard, captain of the Enterprise. Welcome aboard.
Quite some starship you have here, Captain.
Couldn't be. I'm Deanna.
Those are her grandparents, right? Oh, no. Friends of the Millers. Right. Sorry. Friends of her father, I'm sorry.
Oh, Wyatt was absolutely right. She is a beauty.
I'm Wyatt.
Oh my God. This guy was just on the episode of The Orville I just edited.
I'd like you to have this. It's a chameleon rose. It changes color with the mood of its owner.
It's wonderful. Thank you.
Watch it like turn black or something, you know, for like the lack of passion or something.
I'd like to see some of the ship.
Stephen, full well, Deanna Troi isn't about to beam on board until we leave.
You can see your quarters now, if you like. Will you show the Millers to their accommodations, please, and I shall join you later.
Do they not get along?
2 more are ready to beam in, sir.
So be it.
Okay, the rose is white right now, whatever that means.
I'm not what he expected.
I don't understand.
Neither do I, but I'm definitely a surprise of some sort to him.
That would almost suck.
I should warn you, sir.
In your private life, you know what everybody's thinking about you or feeling about you?
Where is everyone?
Oh, I hate that. Hello, Mother.
Deanna, shame. What has this life done to you? Oh, you may carry my luggage.
Mother?
I'm indebted to your mother for the fine counselor she...
Jean-Luc. Let me see the... Oh, we didn't see the rose change, did we?
Inappropriate to watch.
Data, take this.
If you're my mother's valet, then please valet.
I apologize for her behavior. It's amazing.
He's just going to lift it right up, right?
How do you like the Millers, Captain?
Oh, I'm sure I find them perfectly pleasant.
They have changed in the years since my husband and I. Of course, it's probably because...
I'm assuming she has contacts in. Jesus, her...
Read the thoughts of others. I see us grow much faster than the typical plot.
Mother, that's enough.
Ah, interesting. So Deanna can do telepathy. Interesting.
The room is adequate. Small, but adequate.
Small?
I'll see what I can do.
What is a civilized level?
Yes, Captain. You may go.
I wonder if Jean-Luc was trying to keep his thoughts.
Humans constantly think one thing and say another.
Our style of complete honesty frightens them.
Really complete honesty?
I'm having some trouble believing in those vows as once I did.
Oh, did she make them?
I'll honor them, of course. I'm a beta.
I thought it was like an arranged marriage.
You may find Wyatt an unusual person. I've sensed remarkable depths in him.
Wonder what that turned blue.
I'm Valida Innis, first Electrine of Haven. Your presence honors us, and your timing is fortuitous, Captain. An incoming vessel has bypassed our Stargate. It has refused any attempt at communication.
Are you saying you believe it to be hostile?
We have no defensive capabilities here. And our treaty with the Federation specifies your obligations in that matter.
Agreed.
Protection.
But let's hope it doesn't become a defense matter.
But I'm very happy we have you here.
I'm trying Hemadale or something like that. Hemlock or something like that from the Orville.
Your mother's honest. I respect that.
But she never lets up. I'll try to be only half as annoying.
What can I tell you about myself? I'm a medical doctor, for whatever that's worth.
Doctor?
If you're picking up my thoughts, you'd know.
Well, that's awesome. Yeah.
I believe we could read each other eventually.
Can I take that as a compliment?
I only ever felt this.
Riker.
Someone who's on this ship.
Do I have competition?
What he wants most is to captain a starship.
What I want is to cure people.
I'm a practicing psychologist. Maybe we could work in concert. We are going to be together a long time.
That is the point of marriage, I suppose.
How long do betazoids live? Out of curiosity.
I just felt your mind very much on these. They are your work, aren't they?
Yeah, who's the subject in them?
This is why you were surprised when you first saw me. This woman. You thought I would be this woman.
Why?
When I closed my eyes at night, I could hear her whispering my name. And knowing you were Betazoid, I just assumed it was you projecting yourself into my mind.
I'm sorry I'm not what you hoped for.
You are so beautiful. I feel honored.
You've no idea who she is?
It doesn't really matter now.
That's weird, though. I mean, unless we're supposed to be he's like a precog, or it's fate or destiny or something.
She's trapped by a custom of her home world, which the facts of 24th century life have made unwise and unworkable.
Unidentified vessel traveling subwarp speed.
Increasing magnification, sir.
I've never seen that. Not that that means anything.
If you mean a Torellian vessel, sir, it is.
Torellian.
They must not be permitted to destroy us or the planet.
They are that deadly, and they're supposedly all dead?
Didn't believe the Torellian race was extinct.
The fact that it's traveling at its present velocity suggests a possible end.
Yeah, subwarp.
Torella was Class M, much like your Earth, a similar humanoid life form. One group unleashing a deadly biological weapon on the other.
The other becoming infected as well. Makes one question the sanity of humanoid forms. Virus, which at that modest level of knowledge is not difficult to grow.
We learned the rest of the story in security training.
What about cure?
Many of them tried to avoid other civilized worlds as they escaped only to be hunted down and destroyed anyway.
Okay, so they're not aggressive. They're carrying a plague.
Exactly when will they reach Haven?
Exactly. 13 hours, 9 minutes, 22 seconds, 350...
Thank you.
Yeah.
However, there will be ample time for your second assignment, voluntary, of course, the pre-joining announcement of Counselor Deanna Troi and Wyatt Miller.
I gotta write his name down or I'll forget. Why? I think my guy played Lurch in the Addams Family movies in the 90s.
I'm sorry, Captain, but unfortunately you are not practiced in the ways of Beta Z joining.
He couldn't learn?
He is qualified to lead a traditional Earth ceremony, which is what this will be.
Ah.
See a woman go downhill like this.
Mother, downhill!
Settled. Mr. Hum will conduct the joining.
Mr. Hum?
I am Deanna Troi, daughter of the Fifth House, holder of the sacred chalice of...
Love Data's grin. Loving it.
Tradition that at social gatherings, disputes are not permitted. Clear, therefore, all disagreements resolved. Here.
A truce, if you will.
A toast to the young couple, and may this union be productive.
Is that the and you wanted? My man is drinking.
Is your lineage at all mixed with human?
What are we looking at?
Is it true, Captain, that there's a Torellian ship headed for Haven?
Oh, he is a medical doctor.
I've read everything I could about it. Biological virus analysis was a favorite subject at medical school. Would it be possible to prepare some?
What are we doing here with this gong?
Our sick bay is at your disposal, Doctor.
Thank you.
Is it every time she eats?
Must he do that?
I think it's every time she takes a bite.
You giving thanks? Besides, you never did this before.
I do it now, unlike some people.
Why'd they put the two of them together?
Ladies and gentlemen.
Mrs. Troi.
Will has two miniature holographic harp players to get back to.
Beta Z ceremony you mentioned. Could you tell us more?
It's an ancient ceremony, widely regarded as the most beautiful in the universe. After the young couple have removed their clothing.
Bride and groom go naked?
Of course.
Your husband quite likes the idea of seeing me unclothed.
Stephen!
Oh, you did know he's attracted to me, didn't you?
Stop this petty bickering, all of you! Especially you, Mother!
Oh, God. I like that. I didn't necessarily like Troi getting that upset, but I definitely liked her taking it out on the gong. Fantastic.
Could you please continue the petty bickering? I find it most
Data.
intriguing.
Hilarious. Troy's mom is definitely a lot to handle. Oh, where are you, dude? I know we're in the holodeck, but where? Oh, looks like a TOS set.
May I join you?
I will miss you, Deanna.
Human males particularly have difficulty separating platonic love and physical love.
The problem is Imzadi.
I have both.
Not now. Call it an old Earth tradition, habit of the beasts.
Hello, you two.
We're just talking about you, Wyatt.
Well, first off, we would have been warned when he came into the holodeck, right?
Bill was concerned that you might be upset that I care deeply for him, too.
You're the one who wants to be a starship captain. Bonding or marriage would complicate things in that case. And I very much respected what you did tonight.
All I did was lose my temper.
If you'll excuse me.
Running all this is a big job.
This was my planet and my away time, but sure. The holodeck is yours.
Some of us still go naked. You do. I do. Your mother, my father, but not my mother or the guests.
Captain Picard will be very relieved. How did you manage it?
Your mother relented.
Wow.
I just caught my father practicing naked in front of his mirror.
That's a hell of a tradition, especially when it's not like a Beta Z union.
question I should have asked before. Deanna, do you really want to go through with this?
Yes,
Really?
I want to.
I mean, Wyatt seems like a good guy, but you just met.
I'm a very lucky man.
Captain's log supplemental. All attempts at warning off the Turalian ship have failed. They still refuse to communicate, and I'm growing concerned.
Are there any life signs aboard? It might be a dead ship.
Sensors are showing a responder echo, sir, on the frequency they once used.
We have a message, sir, coming in from Haven.
Haven.
Please take action now, before it's too late.
We recognize your situation.
We will not fire on them, Electroline.
You must.
Can we take out their engines?
I'm certain I could disable their ship with a phaser burst, Captain.
There we go.
And then, Lieutenant?
Well, we can't let him in transporter range, Jean-Luc.
Then we can't delay any longer. Ready the track to beam, Lieutenant, yeah?
Oh, okay, well, I forgot about that.
Do we have them securely, Lieutenant? Can they beam out to the planet?
Negative, sir. They can't leave that ship.
I know they can receive us, Captain. At this distance, they can respond with running lights if necessary.
Unless they have all died, their ship could have been brought in by automation.
Can we scan them? Is that the woman in the painting? Or the drawings? Yeah. Wow. What does that mean?
It's the woman in Wyatt's drawings.
Well, they don't look sick. I've seen that guy in a million things.
If you're still carrying the infection that destroyed your world.
Oh, we still carry it, Captain. My daughter, I, all 8 of us.
8.
Most of the rest passed on during the years that it took to reach Haven.
If you've come here because of the legend about Planet Haven miraculous.
Oh, that's right.
This is not our planet, sir. But I will present your needs to those who do govern this world.
I don't know.
Present the fact that we intend to die here, Captain. And if we die while caged by your tractor beam, so be it.
Okay.
Oh, Wyatt, how do you like my new hairstyle? Of course, it's going to look much better on me when I'm naked.
Miss Troi, can I talk to you about something serious?
Oh, but I'm always serious, dear boy.
And I was hoping the way you handled thoughts.
Fascinating, Wyatt. How easily your thoughts come through.
Yeah, she said he was easy to read. Maybe that's why he got the dreams.
All life, Wyatt, all consciousness is indissolubly bound together. Indeed, it's all part of the same thing. And no doubt, so is Ariana, which helped the two of you to make contact.
There we go.
Tell me something seriously.
Look at him in the mirror. Great shot. Much to her disappointment, I'm sure. Wyatt, what are you doing here, buddy? We can't... It's not fair to Haven to take them down there.
The supplies are ready. I'll take them to the transporter room.
I'll notify the captain they're ready.
What'd you take?
Please take care of each other. You are beautiful.
But you're not her.
You look the best of all in the desert on the holodeck. We did this.
Did they even kiss there? His parents didn't say anything to him after that cryptic "take care of yourself"?
Dr. Crusher had me set the coordinates. All we need is the captain's order.
Guy was in Roadhouse.
Captain, someone's transporting over to the Turalian...
Stop it. Well, dude, you're dead unless you figured out a cure. Is it supposed to be you? So she's seen you as well, eh? Yours are better. Just don't let it go to your head, Wyatt.
I brought medicines and supplies.
And I knew you would be this brave.
Man, what if this was a trap? Make him think there's some type of romantic connection.
My son surrounded by those horrible lepers.
Mrs. Miller, if I could have prevented this, I would.
Beam him.
Can't now.
I'm going to try to continue the work to cure these people.
And Wyatt will do it. I've believed that all along.
Okay.
I'm happy for you. And for Ariana, too.
You've done very well for a human, Wyatt.
I think that's a compliment.
My respects. And mine, sir.
It's a cool looking ship. She's really good. She's really good.
Keep the chest. You'll have use for it someday.
Huh. What about all the gems inside? Can we keep that? That was sweet of them, though.
Well, the captain's highly attracted to me, but he's a little too old.
Really?
Thank you for the drinks.
You're welcome, big man.
Captain, even Zelo never had such thoughts about me. You may energize.
She has to be playing with him. I can't imagine. I mean, who knows, though?
That was meant as a joke, Captain.
Good. Okay, that's what I thought.
Our destiny is elsewhere. And I'm happy that yours is here with us, Counselor.
Our destiny is elsewhere.
We're heading 5-7, Mark 3-1-9.
Engage.
Nice. Our destiny is elsewhere. Oh, I like that very, very much. All right, everybody, we just finished watching Star Trek: The Next Generation, Season 1, Episode 11, Haven. And the only thing left to do is talk about it. All right, everybody, we just finished watching Haven, the 11th episode of the very first season of Star Trek: The Next Generation. Okay, so I want to make these a little bit quicker because we do have a Q&A. And so I wanted to talk about a couple things. One, first and foremost, we'll save all the Troi stuff and her mom for the end because that was delicious. For this one, though, I think that, and again, I might have missed something, and again, if I did, shame on me, but I don't think that they fully explained the comparison or the reasoning for this dream union between the two. Ariana and Wyatt. It seemed, and again, there was just a lot of leaps that we were sort of asked to make. You know, don't question the idea that everybody kind of converged at Haven at the exact same time, including the Torellians, who were years in the beginning of this journey. Would they say 8 years in the beginning of this journey, and then they were down to 8 people by the time they got there, all because they apparently all of them dreamed about Wyatt. Well, we were never told why Wyatt was so special to be like the focus of all of these dreams, or that and again, I keep looking down, God, the Torellians have some sort of like power innately to dream. If I missed that, again, shame on me for missing that. But it's like this, it just seemed too fortuitous that everything kind of happened at once. Now, again, you can say it was destiny, it was fate, it was meant to be, it was written in the stars, so was their love, it was, born in a dream. I could have used more explanation for that at the very least. A couple other things that I didn't, again, if I missed something about why they knew each other or why they dreamed about each other, that's one thing. But when Wyatt went in, that last scene he shared physically in the same physical space with his parents and with Deanna when he came in, he had all the medicines, and he was just about ready to jump into the transporter. He came in and he was like, "Take care of yourselves." You have these two, especially the mom, Wyatt's mom, who were portrayed the rest of the episode as very outspoken. And they didn't say a word after that. Like, what are you planning? Where are you going? What are you doing? And Troi, who could presumably not, I don't know if she can read. They said that Wyatt was a very open book, though, for being able to read. So, and she said that, I think that's why my mom hopes that at some point we'll be able to do this, or we'll be able to read. I could only assume that in that moment, that his emotions, that's what she can read pretty easily on anybody, would betray his actions that he was planning to do, whether it be excitement or fear or, sadness at never seeing his parents again, presumably. None of that. And they all allowed him to go. And so that's a stretch in logic that I'm not necessarily willing to make, even if it's just for Troi, because I think Troi would have hit her communicator and been like, I think he's planning to leave the ship and go over with them to the plague ship, which of course Picard would have stopped. And that logical maneuver would have derailed this narrative. And I don't like when that's in play, because you're asking the characters then to do something that isn't in their nature just to get other characters where they need to be. And so that was my problem with the episode, in that I don't think it was joined up too well. There was a lot of leaps we had to make here and sort of just forget what was behind in the prior scene. I don't like that, but at the same time, we got a lot about Troi, so let's talk about that. Now, I thought the stuff with Troi was fantastic. I really did, and I need to get these names down. Curtis, I believe, is the actress's last name. I want to say Martina, but that's not Marina. Something of that is an M. Curtis, I think. She's fantastic. She is really, really good. As much as I like the character of Troi, I like her presentation of that character just as much. And I'll tell you what I really appreciate about it. She is so emotive. No pun, yeah, actually pun intended. She is so emotive with her face, with those eyes, those great big eyes that she has, that in a weird way, you know that she can read the emotions from people. And I feel that as an audience member, those kind of not necessarily overt displays, but very kind of subtle, the reactions that she has, it's almost like we can read her too. It's an interesting way to kind of fold us in closer to like the Betazoid type of culture, or how she would even, to be very honest, it's more immersive for me. It makes me feel like we're definitely seeing something that maybe we shouldn't, or we're gleaning information as the audience that maybe the rest of the principals aren't picking up on. I don't know. I just love her performance, and I think she's doing a fantastic job with it. Now, let's jump over to her mom. Okay, so obviously, full disclosure, I was told back when I was watching the original series that Majel Barrett would be in The Next Generation. So I knew, and then again with osmosis, that she's the mother of Troi. So I did know that at some point she was showing up. I had no clue that this woman was going to be. Now, I did experience in Lower Decks, there was a couple Betazoids in that were sort of over the top. These three friends, I think that they were just really super duper over the top. And I love the idea that she was as well. And she, oh my God, she's delicious. And honestly, I am a little surprised, and I don't mean this to sound poorly or anything, but Nurse Chapel had just a couple lines, and so I didn't really get a chance to know her as an actress other than those just kind of, now there were a couple emotional beats that she had to have with Spock, which that's a whole different topic of conversation. But those scenes with Spock really did sort of hint, in retrospect, they did sort of hint at the actress's abilities. It could have hinted at it. It certainly did not prepare me for what this force of nature was going to be. Oh my God. Extrovert is too weak a word for this character. Delicious. I absolutely loved her. I can see where she would be, a lot of people might be turned off by her because she'd be irritating. Maybe in the future, I know that she returns. She's a frequent guest star, not frequent, but a reoccurring guest star. Maybe she does do something in the future that becomes more annoying, but I couldn't love her more right now. She is exactly what you would need in a situation like the NCC 1701D, where we have, command structure, and we have a curmudgeon, which I didn't know before, Jean-Luc Picard, who is being put and tasked to the test with this character. Very, very funny. I do take umbrage in that she thought he was too old. I mean, I think Patrick Stewart's a good-looking dude. And, again, let's not... I think that if anything, he should have, as far as a potential mate for her, you should leave him on the table, right? Am I speaking out of line here? I mean, I'm in Team Picard on that one. Regardless, it was a great introduction. And you know what? As an overall look, I love this episode because of what we learned about Troi. She is my favorite character on the boat so far. I do really like Will, too. Way more than I thought I would. Very honest, from the movies and then starting this one, I didn't necessarily, I didn't care for Troi and Riker, but they weren't near my favorites from the movies. I thought like Picard was awesome and Data was cool, loved Geordi. And here, all of a sudden, from what I remember, a lot of the movies, it's the complete opposite. I don't dislike anybody, but if we're ranking, Troi is number one by a country mile for me right now, and Riker's too. I really, really dig this. I don't apologize for it either. I like those characters, and so we'll see how they continue. I do need more Worf. In fact, I don't think we had any Worf in this episode. I definitely need more Worf. But friends, there's a lot of things that we need to know about this episode and about Star Trek The Next Generation in general. And there's only one person to ask, and luckily, he's always around. Q? Greetings, mon capitaine, and welcome to another edition of Q&A. Friends, this is where after having watched and reacted to a Next Generation episode of Star Trek, I like to dig a little bit deeper and find out what went on behind the cameras. Things that if I had looked up before watching the episode, likely would have ruined it for me. But to keep myself out of the weeds, I've given myself 5 categories to explore. The first, writer and director. Who were they? The second, guest stars. Did we have any? The third, of the core cast or the Big Nine, who was present? The fourth and spiciest of the categories, the production notes. What went on behind the cameras? And last, but certainly not least, our 5th category, a memorable quote from the episode. Let's get started. And now, my dear friends, for our very first category of writer and director. Who was our writer? Well, friends, again, we had a writing team for this episode, as Tracy Torme and Lon Oken were the 2 writers that we had for this episode. And our director was a brand new director, Richard Compton. Friends, let's move on. All right, my dear friends, and now for our second category, guest stars. Did we have any? Yeah, we had a couple. So let's start off with the biggie. Deanna Troi was played by Majel Barrett. Welcome back, Nurse Chapel. So, oh my gosh, she was absolutely fantastic in this episode. I talked about it. She tickled me pink in this. I thought she was great. In fact, I thought all of our guest stars were great, including Rob Nepper as Wyatt Miller. We had Nan Martin as Victoria Miller. We had Robert Ellenstein as Stephen Miller, and I'm hoping I get this right, Carl Struken as Mr. Home. I probably butchered that last one, but we had some great guest stars in this one. Let's move on. All right, my dear friends, and for our third category of the core cast or the Big Nine, who was present? Well, let's go over the Big Nine. We have Picard, we have Riker, we have Troi, we have Geordi, we have Data, we have Worf, we have Tasha Yar, and we have the Crushers, Wesley and Beverly. Everyone was here except no Worf and no Wesley. We were missing our W's. Friends, let's move on. And now, my dear friends, for our 4th category, production notes, the spiciest of all the categories. It's time to learn what went on behind the cameras. Let's get started. All right, my friends, and for our first production note, and this actually calls back to our last Q&A with our previous episode, whenever we found out that Counselor Troi had actually was meant to have been in Hide and Q, but at the last minute we had a conflict between Marina Sirtis, and she had something prior to actually getting signed to TNG that she had to honor. Well, in this one, we have something similar occur, that the final draft of the script included lines for both Wesley and Worf. However, at the 11th hour, they were both removed from the episode. I couldn't find a reason as to why. There wasn't apparently any recorded conflict between the 2 actors, similar to what we had in our prior offering, and they didn't say why they didn't need Worf or Wesley inside this episode. So it remains a bit of a mystery why they didn't ultimately appear. Let's move on. And now, friends, for our second production note, and this one's pretty interesting because it's actually not Star Trek related, but shows the evolution, sort of like the coaching tree of Star Trek, where people that were creatives and producers and writers and directors on Star Trek went on to do other things. And so in this particular episode, our director, Richard Compton, actually went on to produce and direct the show Sliders. Also, Tracy Torme from this episode, one of our writers from this episode, became one of the co-creators of Sliders. So we can see how the family of Star Trek is beginning to branch off and experience new stars and new worlds. Interesting stuff. Let's move on. And for our third production note, and I love these, anytime we have some type of accolade or an award given out, I always try to mention these. And in this particular episode, Richard Saber was nominated for an Emmy in Outstanding Achievement in Hairstyling. Congratulations, Richard. I love when we have Emmy nominations for our shows. Let's move on. All right, and for our fourth production note, this one I found very interesting because this time in this episode, we had a definition for a term that was used back in Encounter at Farpoint. Imzadi, I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. It was exchanged between Troi and Riker. We now find out that that term is a term of endearment that means my beloved. So in my mind, that dramatically increases what I thought was sort of not necessarily a tryst or anything like that, but maybe a potential will they, won't they sort of thing. But my beloved is another level entirely. At least I think so. Let's move on. All right, friends, and for our final production note, I thought this one was pretty interesting because Troy's mom, whenever she is talking with her, and at the very beginning of their exchange in this episode, Loxana says to her, boy, every time you talk your accent reminds me of your father. Interesting stuff. So this is a person that is not present, but we do know that her father is human. So the accent that she carries must have come from her father, which makes me think, was she raised by her father? Or was she around her father more? Or were her mother and father still together through her childhood? Interesting questions, but just a taste, and that's what I like from Star Trek. They're not going to tell you everything. You've got to earn it. Let's move on. And now, my friends, for our fifth and final category, a memorable quote from this episode. This was a tough one because to kind of capture the chaotic or the chaos that was sort of brought on board on this episode, I tried to find a quote that would kind of try to get as much or bring in as much of that chaos as possible. And this is the one I settled on. This one is from Wyatt Miller about his father. Your mother relented, and I just caught my father practicing naked in front of his mirror. Friends, thus ends another installment of Q&A. Until such time as you and I get to play with our dear friend Jean-Luc again. Behave yourselves.